Well, there are many in Poland who believe that at last World Cup qualification is in sight for them. They last appeared way back in 1986, but in a group that houses Belarus, Wales, Norway and Armenia. There are no really outstanding teams in this group. Now, there are, however, many outstanding individuals, and against the Ukraine, Poland will come up against two of them, Andrei Shevchenko and his former Dynamo Kiev striking partner now at Tottenham, Sergei Rebrov. The Ukraine as well have underachieved considering the quality available, but they too will be heavily fancied to qualify from this group. Another huge crowd inside the stadium, 50,000 here. A lot of noise and a lot of atmosphere as well, and they are expecting a home victory here. All eyes, of course, will be on Shevchenko and Rebrov to see if they can rekindle that profitable striking partnership they have for so many years for Kiev. Klos and Timoshek. Zielinski. Timoshek. And Shevchenko's only got to even look at the ball before he's surrounded by Polish defenders. Well, the names from the past, the great names from the past, roll off the tongue for Poland, rather, the likes of Lato, Dana, Boniek as well, but it's been such a long time since they've had anything to cheer about. Not qualified, as we said, for the last 4 World Cups, or 3 World Cups and 4 European Championships as well. And really haven't been that close in the process. Remember, they were 3rd in the last World Cup qualifying group behind England and Italy. Their away records in the last qualifying campaign, poor. They lost 3-0 to Georgia, but they did get a useful 3-0 away win to Moldova. Iwan taking up place in the middle, looked to be a shove in the back. The referee, Jose Maria Garcia of Spain, was well positioned there. A decent ball in the middle, and that is the opening goal. And it has been scored by Olisadebe. And what a story this is turning into for the Nigerian. He got so fed up waiting for the Nigerians to call him up to the international side. He felt playing in Poland was doing nothing to enhance his international career, that he decided to become a naturalized Pole, and how he has repaid them. He scored on his debut just recently in the match against Romania, and that was a really good finish by Olisadebe. Chernozenko was nowhere. There was not a marker in sight. And 3 minutes gone. What a start for the Poles. Zielinski again. 10 is Kaluzhny. Kaluzhny continues his run. Kaluzhny still going. What a finish. Well, the top scorer in Italy last year. And it takes some doing, but he's managed to reproduce quality and form like that wherever he's been. There he is again, Shevchenko, Rebrov in front for it, and the shot, no problem for Dudek. He's been a target for more than one club throughout the closed season. Dudek. It's Olisadebe again. The shot from Dimitrulin. Now, what can he conjure up from this? Straight through the wall. Well, a smile from the Polish number 10. Shevchenko was not far away with that attempt either. Now, Juszkowiak. Well, the Poles are looking comfortable in this first half. And they're competing, and as you can see, winning much that is up for grabs in the middle of the field. Looked to be a bit of a dive there. Timashuk. The foul on Thomas Siwan. Another one who plays his trade in Holland at Feyenoord. Zulakov has made his way forward, the number 4, so too as Zielinski. The obvious target, though, will be Olisadebe. The free kick will be taken by Sverchowski. And Kernazenko came halfway. Not the greatest piece of goalkeeping, that, by Kernazenko. And he's come again, and this time he gets his fist to it, but he doesn't get hold of it. And it's off the post and scrambled away, but it's still not away totally. And it's another goal for Olisadebe. And it's come once again from nightmare goalkeeping from the Ukrainians. And it seems to be a feature not only at international level, but at club level as well. That really was poor keeping and defending. There were so many yellow shirts there. Still, at this point, they looked favourite to clear the ball. But Husin just swung a boot at it. Poland did get a lucky rebound, but that was no mean finish. Really cool play from Olisadebe. And deservedly in the lead, Poland. Out comes Dudek, and that's how it's done. Well, most of the team, as usual, from the Ukraine is made up of players affiliated to or playing with Dynamo Kiev. It never seems to translate into success on the international field, regardless of how well they do at home, of course, where they're virtually unbeatable, although they did lose their first game for a couple of years just a few weeks ago. Now, another aimless ball looking for either Rebrov or Shevchenko. And Dudek, one of the most consistent keepers. And here he comes again. Is this going to be a hat-trick for Olisadebe? He's on his own. Juszkowiak is the only one up supporting. Sverchowski was on the edge of the penalty area. Oh, unbelievable play once again by Kernazenko. Quite astonishingly poor goalkeeping from an international keeper. And, well, England think they've got problems with David Seaman. Now, Dudek equal to it once again. Rebrov and Shevchenko, the only two forward once more for the Ukraine. Vorobi was number 9, but just look at the number of shirts back for the Poles. They're really trying to crowd the Ukrainians out. There's not much height for the Ukraine in attack, and so balls like that played in are really meat and drink for the likes of Zielinski and Zelowski. Vorobi number 9, 10 is Shevchenko. 1-2 played neatly. Shevchenko continues his run. Dudek bangs it away. Remains on the floor, but gets up to recover his position. Well, Vorobi, the number 9, it was in there. Great chance for a save at point-blank range. And it's kept the Poles in the lead. It's been a great first half, this real end-to-end stuff. Sevenus Hüseyin, he's been playing pretty deep. He's not been allowed to play his normal game in this game. Surely the equaliser coming here. Well, for once, the Poles were caught really square. Zelakov and Zielinski just turn and look at each other. Let's have another look, and, well, Shevchenko got right underneath it. Looked as if he actually kicked the turf as well. Well, what a first half this is for the Poles. And what an international career for Olisa Debi. And I wonder how many of the Nigerians are now actually sat in their national headquarters kicking themselves quietly under the table that they've lost out on what is fast developing to be a huge talent on the international stage as well as it is on the home stage. Here he is again. Goviak, the number 9, is the only one furthest forward of him. Support has been pretty slow getting forward to assist either just Goviak or Olisa Debi, which is why some of the attacks have run out of steam before they've even got started. Midfield is slow, but they're very wary at the speed at which the Ukraine can counter-attack. Here's Rebrov. Just look how deep he'd had to come to actually get any possession of the ball. They're just not allowing them any time or space on the ball. They've pressed and harried in the middle of the field. And great play again from Sverchowski. He's been everywhere. And this is Hüseyin. Comes into a wall again. Sverchowski's ball, Olisa Debi, just Goviak. This time Olisa Debi's got the run of the ball now. Can he get through? He has, and this could be a number 3. And at the second attempt, Chernezenko collects the ball. Well, if you were a betting man, you'd have to fancy a hat-trick for him, wouldn't you, Olisa Debi? Just due to the sheer volume of chances he's getting on top of the 2 goals he's had. And the Ukraine will certainly not be in the mood to settle for a draw in the second half. They've got to get back into the game. The Poles really are well deserving of a 2-1 lead. Olisa Debi with 2, and Shevchenko with the reply for the Ukraine. Welcome back. 2-1 then. Poland lead at half-time. And the Ukraine search for a quality goalkeeper continues. We've had Shovkowski, whose form hasn't endeared him to the national coach at all. Now there's Chernezenko, and he seems to be worse than Shovkowski. But once again, the heads were beginning to look as though they dropped on the Ukraine. They really need to put together a good team performance in this second half and not simply rely on playing ball through to Rebrov and Shevchenko. The team is full of experienced, high-quality players, but they just, as we've said, have never managed to put it together or get it together on an international level. And this is not the ideal start. And, well, perhaps a substitute goalkeeper, maybe. Rebrov with the corner. As deep cleared by Zielinski. Timoshuk. Again, easily cut out. Sverchowski being closed down by 3. This is a better piece of passage of play. And a real chance here. Oh, how did he miss that? Well, Zubov, who's only just come on as a second-half substitution, what a miss. Great piece of tenacious play, though, where he danced around the last man, who there was Thomas Kloss. What a save that was. Skowiak. And if he looks up now, there's nobody forward apart from Olisa Dibi, and he's well marked. 6 is Kuzminski, and here it surely is a goal. It's Kaluzny who has made it 3-1, and once again just walked through the Ukrainian defence. There was no resistance whatsoever. Well, that was shambolic defending by the Ukrainians. And they really are now up against it here. Just look at the run. Superbly timed run. What a ball that was by Kuzminski. This time, we can apportion no blame to the goalkeeper. Vladislav Kaluzny. Oh, surely he settled it for Poland. Right on the hour we are now. 3-1 Poland lead. This will surely be the biggest shock. Or perhaps it really shouldn't be a shock. Or what can they produce? 10 is Shevchenko. This is just a fantastic start for Poland. Even in their wildest dreams, they couldn't possibly have dreamt it would be as easy as this. And through goes Olisa Dibi again, and down he goes, and that is going to be a penalty. The night just doesn't get any better for the Ukrainians. And are they going to let him take it? Well, it was skill, not physical power, that took him through. His first touch and control tonight has been exceptional. Garcia pointed to the penalty spot, and it should be 4-1. Oh, he's missed it. Skowiak has missed the chance to really rub salt into the wounds here. But why didn't they give it to Olisa Dibi? He's done so well, and really he deserved at least the chance. It was a lousy penalty. And the goalkeeper is doing a job in this second half of, well, making us eat our words here. He's turning in a performance, or at least half a performance. Well, I mean, it's a really ponderous performance this is by the Ukrainians. They look totally without a plan here. Yashkin, the number 16, is on. Big cheers for Vorobi. Now, it certainly isn't beyond the Ukraine to get 2 goals back here. It's whether or not the Polish defence can be penetrated. They've stood fast so far against the threat of Shevchenko and Rebrov, which, apart from the opening 10 minutes or so, has been barely there at all. Well, looking at the referee, looking for a handball. Shevchenko's there, so too is Rebrov. Here he is. Something spectacular in the brewing here. Zumov, Dudek. Well, how they wish they had a goalkeeper like Dudek. And, well, this guy's got to be a candidate for a man of the match. Sverchowski. He may not have scored the goals, but his overall contribution to the game has been immense. Well, they've not had too many great nights over the years, the Poles, but this is going to be one of them. Zyscowiak getting back to try and lessen the memory of that lousy penalty that he took a little while ago. Well, not much to smile about on the Ukrainian bench. But they simply are not even creating chances in this game either. The passing is being absolutely awful. Now, is Olisadebe going to get his hat-trick? A chance there. Way over the bar. Gilovitz. Well, the conditions haven't been tremendous here. The rain has been coming down for the entire time this match has been going on, and just look at the options available. There are just so few. And every time Shevchenko and Rebrov have had the ball, they've literally tried to go it alone and walk their way through what has been very stern and resolute defending from Poland. Well, didn't look to be too much wrong with that, did it? Yashkin. Dudek's been in good form all night. Yashkin straight into the wall, and the follow-up not worthy of a mention. Well, that just about sums up the way their night has gone so far. As the crowd has been drifting away throughout this second half. 10 is Shevchenko. Well, he had such a fantastic first season, didn't he, in Serie A, with a Milan side that struggled for large parts of it. But he was the one shining light for them. And for anybody in their first season to get over 20 goals in the toughest league in the world, that is some achievement. And there were a few that doubted him because his start wasn't the greatest. And as the press do in his opening pre-season friendly matches he was playing before they got into competition, he looked less than match fit, and there were many who questioned whether or not he was physically up to it, but he's answered the critics back in some style. Again, sloppy passing. The Ukraine just simply can't get a hold of possession of the ball and keep it long enough at the moment to do any damage. Vashuk. To is Luzhny, and there you can get a closer look at the weather conditions. It really is hammering down here. There's the man in your picture that's going to make all the headlines, and the referee blows the final whistle. A big upset. Poland 3, the Ukraine 1, but what a performance by the Nigerian-born Olisadebe. 2 goals for him, should have had a hat-trick. They should have let him take the penalty, and there's going to be a big celebration in Poland tonight, that is for sure. Poland then off to a flyer. The Ukraine have got a lot of work to do if they're to qualify by right and top position. The night, though, belongs to Poland. And maybe they're going to make it at last to a World Cup finals. Final score then here in the Ukraine. Poland 3, Ukraine 1.
It was a terrible start for Mark Hughes and for Wales in Minsk. So often, Southampton's Paul Jones is the hero for Wales, but it was his blunder 5 minutes before half-time that allowed Belarus to take the lead. Here it comes. And the header by Alexander Kackiewicz. And a poor start for Hughes and Jones. Kackiewicz from Kiev. A really intimidating atmosphere as well in Minsk. It's a shame for Jones. He saved Wales on many occasions. It got worse in the second half. This time Kackiewicz, the architect, finished by Bielkovic. Another man from Dynamo Kiev scored the goal that got them into the Champions League away in Belgrade, and another crucial strike here. Wales caught square at the back. And an accomplished finish by Bielkovic. A real flashpoint then. Coventry's new £6.5 million signing, Craig Bellamy, right at the centre of it. Often has something of a reputation for petulance, Bellamy. He's deemed to be unlucky here. A red card after lashing out at Gurenko. See it again. Was there a great deal in that? Bellamy was deemed to have to go, and afterwards his manager Mark Hughes publicly backed his player. There was consolation but not much. A fine header, a trademark header from Gary Spreed. But too little, too late and all that. A really poor night for Wales against Belarus. That in the 90th minute. But it was all over. Good ball in from Savage. And the final score, a terrible start really. Belarus 2, Wales 1, Bellamy sent off. And so there you have Group 5. The other result, a dreadful one for Norway. 0-0 at home against Armenia. In the moment, it's the Poles, yes, in pole position.